Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet this crossbody bag. So this is the perfect bag for someone like me who doesn't like to carry a big purse with me when I'm doing my errands. This is a nice crossbody bag that is big enough to hold my cell phone, my keys, a credit card, and driver's license if I need that. And it allows me to keep my hands free to do my shopping or sightseeing, whatever the case may be. So let me show you how I made this. You'll need to make this pattern is 100% cotton yarn. I'm using Peaches Creme, and this is the colorway Spring Blue Stripes. It's a number 4 weight yarn, a 5mm crochet hook, a stitch marker, a darning needle, and a pair of scissors. So to make our granny square, we will begin with a magic ring, or you can chain 4 and place your stitches into the first chain in your chain 4. I'm going to be making a magic ring. You do that by taking your yarn and placing it over 2 fingers. Hold it with your thumb, wrap the yarn around your fingers and cross it. Hold the cross down, bring your hands over, and you have 2 strands of yarn over your fingers. You'll take your hook, place it under the first strand, grab the second, and twist your hook as you pull it through. And then you're going to reach around and grab the yarn that was moving and pull it through the loop that's on your hook. Now, I know that was pretty darn quick, so if you are not familiar with making the magic ring, I will put a link above here for a tutorial on how to do that. All right, so that first loop here that we made on our ring is going to count as a chain. That will be chain 1. We're going to place 2 more chains after that, 1 and 2, so that we have 3 chains on our loop. Now what we're going to do is make a double crochet. A double crochet is made by yarning over, placing your hook into your circle, grabbing the yarn and pulling it through your circle. You're going to take your hook now, yarn over, and pull the yarn through the first 2 loops on your hook. That'll leave you with 2. And then you're going to take your hook, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops on your hook. Okay? This chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet. This is our second double crochet. We'll make 1 more, yarn over, place your hook into your ring, grab the yarn and pull it through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull your hook through the first 2 loops on your hook, 2 are left, yarn over, pull through those 2. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3 double crochets. We're going to chain 1. Now we're going to make another cluster of double crochets. We're going to make a cluster of 3, yarn over, into your ring, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over into your ring, yarn over, oops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, put your hook into your ring, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay? Chain 1. So we're going to make 4 clusters total into our ring here. This was 1, 2. I'm going to pull my tail a little bit tighter. It's easier to work when your ring is a little smaller, at least for me. Yarn over into my ring, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over into my ring, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over into my ring, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, so that's our third cluster of double crochets. We'll chain 1, and we need 1 more, 4 clusters of 3 double crochets to form the inner square in our granny square. Yarn over into my ring, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into my ring, yarn over, pull through two, and one more double crochet. Okay, so now that we've got the center of our granny square, we need to join. You can join by chaining one and placing a slip stitch into the third chain in your chain three, or a trick that I like is to place a half double crochet into this third chain. What that does is it gives you a little bit more of a surface to place your next round of stitches in. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to yarn over, place my hook into the third chain, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through. I have 3 loops on my hook. A half double crochet is just pulling your hook through all 3 of those loops. Okay, so you can see that having used my half double crochet here has helped give me a little more space to place my next 2 double crochets. If I hadn't done the half double crochet here and just done a slip stitch, my stitches are going to be kind of scrunched into this little space here. So I like this little trick. So I need to add 2 more double crochets. Our chain's going to count as 1. There's 1 and 2. Okay, now this is going to form the first part of our corner as we come around. Our corners are going to have 2 clusters of double crochets. So I'm going to reach my hook over into my chain 1 space here after my 3, and I'm going to place 3 double crochets separated by a chain, and then 3 more all into the same space. So here's a cluster of 3 double crochets. I'm going to chain 1 and put 3 more into the same space. This is going to be what helps make the corner in our square. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you see how it rounds out my corner. All right, you'll notice that I'm reaching over into this next space without making a chain. The only place we're chaining is in our corners. So I'll place another cluster of 3 double crochets, a chain 1, and 3 more all into this same chain space. There's 3, chain 1, back into the same space with another cluster of 3 double crochets. Okay, so you see my corners are starting to form. Going into the next corner, same thing. 3 double crochets, chain, 3 double crochets. Okay, so now we're coming up on our first stitches that we made in this round. This is round 2. We have a half of a corner made, right? So we need to place 3 more double crochets here, and then we're going to join into the third chain of our chain 3 here. So I'm yarning over. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we need to join our second round. If you choose to use the slip stitch method, don't forget to chain 1 in between here. My half double crochet is going to count as my chain 1, and it's going to give me, like I showed you before, that little extra space to put my stitches in. So I'm going to make my half double crochet by yarning over, going into my third 1, 2, 3 chain, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now I'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'll be ready for round 3. Now we're going to continue making round after round until we've made 10 rounds. I'll show you how things will change with each round that you make. So we always begin our corner with 2 double crochets because we're counting that chain 3 as 1. Now what we have is an extra space in between our clusters. In that space, we're just going to place another cluster of double crochets. Just 3 double crochets. All right, so next is a corner. So we're going to do just like we did in the last round. 3 double crochets separated by a chain, and then 3 more double crochets all in that same corner space. Chain 1, okay, now we have an extra space here that we need to place our cluster, and we're just going to continue all around. With each consecutive round, you'll have 1 more space, so you'll be placing another cluster in each of the rounds on the sides. Okay, so we're just going to continue this, placing our cluster of 3 in each of these spaces. In our corners, we're going to place 2 clusters of 3 separated by a chain. We'll do this until we have 10 rounds. Okay, and I will get back with you after our 10th round and we will do our border. Okay, see you soon. All right, so I just finished my 10th round. Let me show you how to count your rounds. You'll start with round 1, and then you can just move diagonally to your hook. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we will finish this off, and I want to put a border around of double crochets like this. I'm going into all the stitches, not doing the granny stitch. And I am going to use this cream color. It's Ecru, and it is Peaches and Cream as well. So to end off your work, you're just going to make a half double crochet, just like we've been doing, into the 3rd chain. Pull your yarn through. We'll cut our tail and then knot it off. Now I'm going to go ahead and sew in my end. If you are someone who is experienced with crochet, you could probably go ahead and just lay it down and place your stitches over it, but I think I will not do that for this. I'll just go ahead and knot off my work here. So I'm just going to feed my yarn in here into my stitches in the back. Just weaving it in and out to secure it. Okay, so what we're going to do next is add our border. So to do that, place a slip knot on your yarn and then, oops, your hook. And we're going to find a corner and we're going to join our yarn. Okay, just put your hook in through your chain 3 space and draw it through and then through the loop that's on your hook. We kind of slip knotted it on, okay? Now we're going to chain 3. We're going to count that as a double crochet. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to place another one in that same chain 3 space, another double crochet. Okay, so now we're going to be placing a we're going to be placing a double crochet into each of the stitches all the way across. In our corners, we're only placing 2 double crochets. So yarn over into this space. Next space. So we're just placing 1 double crochet all the way across. I'll work through into the corner and show you a corner, and then I'll let you just finish up on your own. While we're getting to that corner, I'll share with you my experience while I was off making my granny square. I was looking out my window, and a lot of you who follow my channel know that I've got lots of animals around, and I'm a big animal lover. So the owl that lives in my yard, Owen, decided to come for a visit, which I thought was kind of neat. You know, we see him every now and again. But today he had kind of given up his MO. I realize why he's coming around so much. I also have lots of, say, reptiles, and people kind of freak out, but I have some lizards and things like that, and a couple of tortoises, and I have an outdoor enclosure that I let them kind of hang out in during the day to get some sunshine and fresh air. Well, I looked out there, and Owen had decided to prop himself up on the outside of that enclosure and was eyeing Dwight, my bearded dragon. So all right, so I'm coming up to the corner space. And into the corner here, I'm going to place 2 double crochets and then a chain. Okay, so from our chain 3 to the last stitch that we made along this side, you should have 33 stitches. Let's count to confirm. The chain 3 counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay, good. So we've chained 1 after this side. We'll turn our work and we will continue the same way we've been going. 2 double crochets, 1 in each of the double crochets across. Get to the corner, 2, chain 1, turn your work, 2 all the way across, 2, chain 1, turn your work, 2 all the way across, and we will join here. Okay guys, as I'm working, I'm noticing that my corner is curling up here, and that's because I should have chained 2 instead of 1. So I'm ripping out my work, frogging it, as we say. So that should be chain 2. And then we'll place our 33 across, 2 in the corner, 1 in each stitch, all the way across, 2 in the corners. Sorry about that. Okay, so I've come around now. I'm putting my last double crochet into my corner, my first corner that I had. We're going to chain 2 and we're going to join to the top of the third chain that we started with here. 1, 2, 3. We'll join. To the top of that stitch, and we're going to make a slip stitch. Okay? We'll cut our yarn and then pull our work through. Now I want to show you how to make a kind of invisible knot at the top, right? We don't want to have any knots in our work at the outside especially, so I'm going to show you how to make this look seamless. So turn your work over so that you have your V's looking at you and your yarn tail is coming up through here. You're going to skip the next V and go into the second. Bring your needle through. Then you're going to bring your needle back into the V that your yarn came out of, okay, that you slip stitched out of. When you insert it in there, bring your needle towards the back of your work, okay? We want to be able to hide our tail behind our work. Okay, so when you look at it now, you've got just a row of V's and no knot at the end there. So now I'm just going to sew in my tails here. Okay, lots of different directions there. I'll trim it. And I'll do the same with my other two tails, okay? Okay, so once you have your tails sewn in, you are going to turn it so that the right side is down and the wrong side is up. So if you aren't sure which is which, I'll show you the difference. This is the right side of your work, okay? And the wrong side looks like this. Okay, you can see it's a little more squiggly back here, these stitches, and your double crochets look different as well. Now, honestly, you can do it either way, whichever you prefer, but just to show you, so you know the difference between the right side and the wrong side. Now what we're going to do is turn our work so that it looks like an envelope, okay? You can bring one corner up to the middle, inside, inside, and inside, okay? We're going to just fold it up like a package, like an envelope. And you can decide which way you want to have your bag turn. I think I'm going to have this be my top since it's the lightest and it kind of stands out as different. Now, if you are someone who is concerned with things being symmetrical and you want the more traditional granny square, you can certainly make one and change colors for each round. I just find that this is so much easier using this self-striping yarn, especially for someone who's new to crochet. You can learn how to crochet and have something that you made without having to get frustrated by learning to change colors and sewing in all those ends and things. This is just an easier way to go about things in the beginning. And I honestly just like it. I really love the way this looks. As you may have noticed, if you have seen any of the recent tutorials that I've posted, I'm using this yarn an awful lot. I just love it. Okay, so once we've got our corners all towards the center, we're going to start seaming together our sides. Let me show you my purple one to give you an idea. Okay, we're going to be bringing our stitches in together towards the center, right through here. Scraps. All right, so you will need a yarn needle, and you want to cut yourself a pretty decent length. I think that if you do about 2.5 times the diameter here, you'll have plenty to go. I'd rather have too much yarn and waste a little than not enough and have to start over and you've wasted that piece. So, okay. So I find it easiest to start at the folded edge here and work towards the center. That way you have a better chance of your stitches lining up. Okay, so what we're going to do is start in one corner, and I like to just take a stitch marker, if you have safety pins, something like that, to hold your work together. That'll work too. But this is just going to kind of get things evened up for me before I start stitching. I'm going to do this all around and just remove them as I need to. Just to kind of see how things look. I'll just fold this to kind of keep things in place as well. Okay, so I'm pinned down. I've got my yarn. I'll start in this corner. So what we're going to do is sew along our stitches here, and we're going to be putting our needle in and out of the inside loops of our stitches. Okay, when you turn it up like this, you see the V's on either side. We're going to be putting our needle in and out of the inside or touching stitches. Okay, I'm going to start on the farthest side just to get my yarn down on the inside. We're going to go in later and sew in this tail, but I'll just kind of tuck it out of the way. I'm not going to knot it yet because I want to be able to make adjustments if I need to. So I'm just going to place my needle then on the other side. I'm coming up through this V. I'm going to come in this V, and then I'm going to grab the one next to it, like so. Coming into the next one, and then up through the next. The inside V's, okay? Or the inside touching the loops of my V. Now there are many ways to join your work. You can do it any way you like. This is just a favorite of mine. I kind of like the design that it makes with the little okay, you want to try to keep your tension about the same through each stitch so it doesn't get too puckered in any one spot. Okay, so I'm just about center stitch to center stitch here. Now I'm not going to finish anything off yet, okay? I want to make sure I like the way things are coming together, so I'm going to leave this tail just like it is. Now I'll cut another piece. I went 2.5 or so times. Whoopsie, oh, I'm so sorry. I've got to find something to put on here that's going to muffle the sound. All right. I will start looking. I tell myself that all the time, and then I get working and forget. I mean, even a towel would be better than this clanking noise all the time. All right, so once again, I'm going to come down to where my work comes together in my corner. I'm going to place my needle under and let my yarn come to the back side and just hold it down there. We'll sew it in later. Okay, then I'm going to come over to the other stitch, directly the other side. And join two inner loops, the two that are touching right next to each other. All right, coming up to the center here, it can get a little challenging to figure out your stitches, but just take them one at a time until they meet in the middle. Okay, and then this one will go here, so took my needle out too soon. Okay, I'm going to bring it in here so that my yarn is in the back. Okay, now I'm going to come over on this side and bring my yarn into that center. Whoopsie. Now you can tug them a little bit and that's going to bring them closer, and then you would knot it off, okay? All right, so I'll turn it inside out. And now we're just going to sew in our tails. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this strap. This is a single crochet strap. If you want to make the strap like the purple bag, this is the Crisscross Strap. I'll go ahead and link the tutorial above here. I have a video that goes into detail how to make that one. All right, so what you'll need is a clasp, two clasps. These are called spring snaps. I found these at Hobby Lobby. I got both of them for 99 cents. It's a deal. We're going to attach our strap to our ring here. So you place your hook into the ring, put your yarn over your hook, and pull it through. Okay, now we're going to just chain one to attach. Don't let go of your tail or it'll all come off. And we're going to place single crochets into the ring. If you can manage to put your single crochets over the tail at the same time, that's great because that's going to help you hold your work down, but if not, don't worry about it. We can sew that tail in after. Okay, so we're going to put our single crochets into the ring by placing our hook in the ring, grabbing the yarn, pulling it around, and pulling it through the two loops that are on your hook. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think we'll just go 4 wide. I think that'll be plenty wide enough. Okay, now we'll chain 1 and we're going to turn our work over. Now we're going to be placing our stitches into the chain. Okay, we're going to take our hook, put it right into the chain below the two parts of our V, yarn over, pull through, and pull through with a single crochet. So that's all we're going to do on this one. Pretty easy, but it's a nice strong strap. We're just placing our single crochets into the stitch below. The one on the end can be kind of a booger, so if you have your yarn needle to help you pull up those stitches here, you want to see your V. That will be pretty helpful, especially in the beginning when you are up against this metal bar and trying to get your hook through. But once you get this part done, it's cake. I'll try to loosen it a little bit more. There it is. Okay, chain 1, turn your work, and you're going back into these stitches again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, chain 1 and turn. So it's just single crochet, back and forth until your strap is as long as you want it. All right, so my strap is at the length that I want. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the other end into the other clip. So we just put our hook through the ring, draw your yarn through and through the loop that's on your hook, okay? You're just going to hold it up against your work here, and you're going to place your hook into each of these single crochets and through the loop, and you're just going to make a single crochet through all of it, okay? Placing my hook into that single crochet, into the ring, and I'll pull through both and make a single crochet. Okay, into the next stitch, into the ring, grab the yarn and pull it through, and single crochet. Pretty simple. Okay, that's it. Now it's attached. Now we will cut ourselves a pretty good tail, pull it through, and then we're going to take and weave in this end, and you could even tack down this ridge here as you're sewing in. Now let me show you real quick how to, or what I used to attach my snap here. So I found these on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box below. They're little magnetic snaps. Okay, so you just sew them on, one on the inside, one on the top, and then they snap closed for you. If you have any questions, or if there was any point that the instructions weren't clear to you, please leave me a message below and I'll be sure to get back with you and try to help you that way. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I post a video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.